Hello, everyone. How are we? Welcome, one and all. It's nearly Christmas. It's Christmas Eve's Eve, isn't it? So the big day is approaching, and thank you all for spending some time with me. Hope you're all very, very well. There has been a little bit of illness. I will address that. There has been some illness. Partly Eldest Jameson's fault, and therefore partly whatever his school are doing, because they're all licking each other's tongues or whatever. Yes, Ruggiero, this is the Tintin shirt. I had to buy it. I had to. Like, classic football shirts do their advent calendar, and I've literally just said to Mrs. J, she was like, "Is that another new shirt?" I was like, "A little bit, yeah." Yeah, for those people who don't know, classic football shirts do an advent calendar, and every day another shirt is reduced, and the Tintin Belgium shirt was reduced, and I had to. It's not the long sleeve one. Like, the long sleeve one would have been badass, right? But it comes with the brown shorts, obviously. The white socks, I haven't got those things, but I saw this shirt. I was like, I've got to get it. This is like a shirt of the year. So, look. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you've just got to be like, right, I'm there. I'm in. There's the money. And I actually did tell her as well, I've done another one of just there's the money. And if it turns up, it's going to turn up. Will it turn up before Christmas? Maybe not. It might be the first shirt we wear on the stream back after Christmas. It's limited edition, and those who know will know. Right? Okay? So I'm just putting it out there right now. There is a if you know shirt coming. Speaking of if you know, you know, shall we go and see what's happening in South Africa? Because last time I remembered, things were going fine in the league, but we did lose a cup final. Here we go then. This is where we are. 5 games in to Season 6, unbeaten in the league. Flying. Absolutely flying. If we ignore the fact we lost a MTN 8 final to Stellenbosch 3-0. Let's ignore that bit. Right, I'm ignoring the result against Alza here because we'd already won that match on aggregate. So that defeat doesn't technically count. So I'm only saying we've had 1 defeat all season, not 2. Even if we say 2, it's not the worst thing in the world. But we do now need to refocus back on the top division and focus on the Champions League as well. As you can see, though, results pretty good. Performances very good. 6-2, 8-0. 3-1, 4-1, 3-0. Should be going fine, right? Should be going fine. But yeah, we just need to keep pushing. Keep pushing on. That's all we've got to do. We need to win a Champions League ASAP. A little bit of a manager of the month. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Yeah, we need a Champions League ASAP. Because otherwise this Pentagon just ain't going anywhere. And let's be honest, we know that it's probably not going to go anywhere just yet anyway. As a Pentagon, we might struggle with some time getting this one done, but we shall see. Hello, by the way, to everyone. FM Console is in. Hello, Console. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Pleasure to see you. You should follow FM Console if you don't do that already, by the way. Welcome, of course, to Ruggiero, Calispira, Mean Wolf, Mura is in, Franco's in. Nice to see you, buddy. Chase is here. Andy Reynolds is in. Console also subbing on 3 months, by the way. Thank you for that, mate. Much appreciated. Appreciate the support. Reese is here as well. We've got some people over on YouTube as well. Nice to see you all. And plenty of brand new folk as well. So if you're brand new, pull yourself up a chair, grab a drink. Team Dubs is in. Welcome, Team Dubs. Get yourself a drink. Tell us what your Christmas plans are. And yeah, just come and chill with us. Because I'm hoping it's going to be fairly laid back tonight, because I'm at that moment of illness where I'm fine during the day, and then there's like a little bit of, there's like a window where I'm like, oh, I appear to be starting to crash a little bit. And then, like, yeah, you sort of like lose energy and you become quite lethargic and like the voice starts to go and stuff. But yeah, the temperature's gone, which is good. I had a 24-hour thing in that sense. Eldest Jameson had 2 days off school. I had a temperature of 38.3 on, what day was it? Friday morning? Friday. Yeah, because we didn't stream Friday night. Because like things went downhill on Friday pretty quickly. By like lunchtime, I was like, yeah, everything's great. And then tea time, I was like, I think I'm dying. Not that bad, but I was like, nah, I'm wiped out. And then woke up on Saturday morning with a temperature of 38.9. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, dear, this is not good. So went back to bed, trying to sleep it off and that. Fair play for Mrs. J, by the way, for saying, look, go back to bed. You just can't really help out. I was like, okay, I'll try my best and try and like sort of sleep it out. Load up paracetamol and stuff. And yeah, like the temperature's gone back down, but it's a bit of a chesty sort of cough kicking in and a bit of like lethargy still there, but yeah, it's over as quickly as it came as quick as it went. I don't know what the phrase is, but it was just like, whoa, and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? And then fine now, but yeah, just a bit of a weird one, to be honest. Still slightly trying to catch my breath a little bit, you know? I'm like that now. I fell asleep while doing a in-flight simulator, overflew an airport, crashed, ran out of fuel. Yeah, shit, mate, that's worrying. That's worrying, Team Dubs. If you are feeling a bit under the weather, don't go flying airplanes. In simulation mode, probably not too bad, but I mean, definitely don't fly a real one. I mean, I feel bad enough. I'm going to try and manage a virtual football team, but I'm not managing an aircraft. You know, evening A15. Welcome in, pal. Hope you're good. Tactic Stevens in as well, by the way. Welcome. Hope you're all sorted for Christmas. And you know what, mate? As close as I'm going to be, I think right now, like, Amazon aren't delivering anymore, so I think we're done. I'm not going back to Tesco's tomorrow. I'll probably swing by Aldi to get more Baileys at some point tomorrow, probably lunchtime. But apart from that, nah, I can't imagine I'm doing any more. The kids have got stuff. Mrs. J's got stuff. We're fine, you know. Tesco's was carnage. Yeah, it was a bit today as well. Like, we went and we got a couple of photographs printed of the kids for grandparents, I should say, sorry. And Mrs. J was like, oh, shall I get some more bits and pieces? Bear in mind, we had the Tesco shop delivered this morning. And she was like, oh, shall we just check? And I was like, look in Tesco's right there. And you see like how long it took us to get parked? She was like, yeah. I was like, that is what's happening. She was like, we might just go. I was like, yeah, let's just do that. So yes, we didn't. And then I swung back out to go and do the booze run tonight. So wouldn't mind it was an Airbus. You'd think Copilot might have kicked in. You'd think, wouldn't you? You would think. But yeah, apparently if you're in the big leagues and you're running the Airbuses, then that's what you get. You get the responsibility. Fortunately, you also get the big planes to not crash. Should have said, by the way, as well, we lost the MTN8 Cup final. We played pretty much a second strength team because we had loads of international call-ups. And I want to just remember that now. I'm looking at the squad going, we did get fucked over, didn't we? That did happen. So I'm not hugely concerned by it, to be honest. Plus, as well, it's not a building nation. It's a Pentagon, so we're not massive. We don't need to win all of the cups. We just need to win the big one, which is the Champions League, obviously. Yeah, we need to try and work towards that. Is Tesco the biggest supermarket chain in the UK? Probably. I think Asda's Walmart So maybe them two would sort of like argue amongst themselves, but I think Tesco would probably be classed as the biggest. Could be wrong. But yeah, it's probably like one of the major players. Yeah. Walmart sold Asda years ago. Oh, there you go. That shows how up to date I am then. Yeah. I still thought they were all part of the same thing. But no, they got rid of that apparently. Tesco's has always been the biggest. There we go. Flu virus is going on in the Netherlands. 5 of my colleagues are at home. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not saying it's anything more than just a bit of a cold, but it just wiped me for a little bit, and yeah, it came as a bit of a surprise, to be honest. But then again, nothing should really come as a surprise, should it? The dudes who own the Euro petrol stations bought Asda. Is that right? Okay. Interesting. Did not know that. I visited England before COVID. I was amazed broccoli cost £4. Mate, broccoli's like 8 pence in Aldi. 15p in Tesco's. I mean, I know it's Christmas and that, but yeah, 8p and 15p right now. Broccoli's never been £4. Never. I don't know where you're going for broccoli. This is the most middle-class conversation I'm having. Where'd you get your broccoli for £4? I always do a 10-day shop. She's panicking. I said, get a pizza, curry, chili, pasta and veg if it's a normal weekly shop. Add a box of chocolates, add a crate of lager. That's Christmas sorted right there, says Console. Mabena opens the scoring. There's a supermarket in Northampton. Northampton's charging £4 for broccoli. Mate, they've seen you coming. They've seen you coming. Like, have you turned up with like cash and you've went, how much is this? And they went, £4. £4 for broccoli. Nah, nobody. Calispirit Jason, by the way, over on YouTube. And hello, old man Phil. How are we, friends? Are you well? Howie Pawns. Our broccoli is $4 in Canada. Probably $1.75. Still quite a lot, Howie, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's... I mean, for us, tender stem broccoli is about £2.40 in Tesco. So I'll give you that. And you're probably talking about 400 grams, maybe? So that could be around about your £4 mark if you added that together. But that's your tender stem stuff. That's your good stuff, right? But standard floret of broccoli. Now, if you're paying £4 for that, honestly, no chance. No chance. Harrods for, yeah, £20 in Harrods, probably, yeah. That's before Mohammed Al Fayed does something horrible to you. Frozen broccoli turns to mush. It can a little bit, but sometimes though, for convenience, Console, if you're meal prepping and that, sometimes needs must. But yeah, for £4, I expect it to be cooked and come as part of a roast. For £4, yeah, I'd expect it to be the best broccoli. Is there any really good type of broccoli? Tender stem's the best, isn't it? All broccoli's good at, really, Franco. Like, I'm a big fan of broccoli. And I must admit, youngest Jameson, he can eat broccoli for days, that boy. You give him some broccoli, that's a happy boy. You just see a bottle of whiskey at Birmingham Airport for £22. That's pretty cheap for an airport whiskey. Barbara Broccoli is boss. She makes Bond movies. Is that a thing? Imagine his surname being Broccoli. I suppose there's that many James Bond films then, they're making 5 a day, aren't they? I did broccoli pasta last week with a lemon sauce. It was surprisingly fresh. She's the person who owns the rights to James Bond. I did not know that. See, we joke on, but you can actually learn something in this stream if you pay attention. Might be by accident, but there is things to learn. On Cozy. Gets the header at the back post. We're about to bring him off. In fact, you know what? We still will. We'll bring him off. Let him take the applause. And Cozy with the header. Back stick. 2-1. That should put us back up. It won't put us back at the top of the table because this is a cup game. Again, I keep forgetting the fact that there's so many cups in South Africa. Next time Bond movie comes on TV, you see her name, you'll be like DiCapriano in that meme on the sofa. And no, because I don't watch James Bond movies because they're shit. See, and this is the problem, right? And people will start to argue now, and I fall out with people on a daily basis over this sort of stuff. Like, I think out of things that are the worst things in the world, for a British person to say, I think James Bond films are rubbish. I think Only Fools and Horses isn't funny. And I think dogs should be seen and not heard. Should be heard and not seen. Dogs shouldn't exist, right? And if you say those three things, most people in Britain hate you. Oh yeah, and then I follow it with, oh yeah, by the way, the Premier League's crap as well. And as you can imagine, I'm not particularly popular. There's a reason I don't do Live at the Apollo. And Denise Van Outen knows what she did exactly. That's the other reason I'm not on the telly, because I know too much. Yeah. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I think dogs should be heard. Should not be heard. Yeah, I don't really care about dogs, to be honest. Broccoli is man-made, by the way. It's like lime's made by men. You what? Broccoli's man-made? Hang on, in what sense? Did we create broccoli? It's not natural. What? Hang on. Explain this, console. Is broccoli a man-made construction? So broccoli doesn't just naturally grow. A selective breeding of plants. I didn't know that. I mean, fair play to whoever thought messing about with science would be the way to do that. Originally it wasn't green. What colour was it meant to be, Franco? What was the original colours? A mutated variation, not a natural plant. Oh, well, you know what? You don't get this in any other Football Manager stream where you're talking about the natural colour of broccoli and whether it was man-made or whether it was some sort of vegetable mutation. Frankenstein's vegetable. Feel free to clip any of this, by the way, because this is even this isn't out of context. Even in context, this makes no sense. Dan is in there with 41 months. Thank you, Dan, my friend. You wonderful human being. So much support. Thank you very much indeed. I know lemons were genetically manipulated from limes. Didn't know broccoli was like that. God. Is there anything genuine in our lives? No. Carrots weren't orange. Carrots were meant to be purple. Yes, I do know that bit. I do know that's actually true. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower and cabbage are mutant varieties of the same mustard plant. Brassica oleracea. They are not genetically engineered, but rather artificially selected for those particular mutations that make growth into those particular forms. Right, I don't know about you lot, but I feel more enlightened. I feel lied to as well, but I feel enlightened. What a world. I never thought we'd talk about the colours of vegetables. Neither did I, Dan. But here we are. Here we are. We're busy learning all as we go through. Trying to find out. Old man Phil says broccoli is a combined plant man-made vegetable. Yeah, everyone else knows this bar me. GT says McQueen is nearly ready to return. Yes, almost. It's all this vegetable and broccoli talk that's getting them back up ready. 45 minutes. Should we give him a run out? God, it'll be a morale boost for the team. See what we can do. Either a conspiracy or education. To be fair, console, I don't think you can't go wrong with either of those things, can you? Really, you know? If you're not learning, you're theorizing. So that's where we are then. So tonight's stream has started off with trying to find out where we are in terms of Christmas planning. And then, by the way, do you know the broccoli's not real? That's where we've gone. Broccoli is high in protein, more than steak, gram for gram. I mean, it's all part of a good diet, isn't it? Broccoli. Mabena's had his broccoli. 1-0. I'm a big broccoli fan. M. Hutch is in, 4 months on the prime. I appreciate that, Hutch. And the hype train is about to leave the station. Here we go. Come on. The Christmas hype train is on the go. Let's see what we can do, shall we? Should Guardiola be slapped with broccoli? Guardiola doesn't deserve broccoli. And the link to FM Stefan Broccoli is unemployed for FM25. You what? Stefan Broccoli? Who's Stefan Broccoli? Is he related? Is he sort of like indirectly related to Kevin Lasagna? Because are we now trying to create a team full of just foodstuffs? Because if we are, I'm more than happy to play that game right now and work out an FM11 of foodstuffs. Because you'd have Reese's Pizzas James, possibly. That's a bit more crowbar than I was hoping for, to be honest. I'll come back to that one. He's a footballer from Peterborough, played at Newcastle. Gabriel Heinz's baked beans, yes. Offside. No, apparently not. Roadhouse, great podcast with Omega Luke, great episode. Thank you, Roadhouse. Appreciate that, buddy. Glad you enjoyed it. He's miles onside, actually. There's me appealing for nothing. It's dreadful. I thought about Christmas 11 and a food 11 for a video before. Well, let's try and do it. Let's try and work out what we've got. Farley with a goal. Who knew Omega Dad was Ian? I know. I had no clue. I had to ask him beforehand. Figured Omega Dad was his whole name, hyphenated. Old man Phil, I lived in Indonesia. Purple carrots were the norm. They taste the same. Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows about the purple carrots thing. But the broccoli thing, that was genuinely news to me. What the hell's happened there? Oliver Bierhoff, yes, that would technically count. Danny Drinkwater? Yeah, alright, fair enough, you can have him. You can have him. Nacho is 100% got to be in the foodstuffs football team. We are lacking. You know what? No, he's just have to go on, isn't he? Nervous or not? Get yourself on, make a difference. Actually, you know what? No, Mashadi can do it. Tony's got the best surname, Jameson whiskey. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely a one. Mark Fish, yes. Oh. Is Pizarro going to count? Are we going with that as pizza roll? Is that what we're trying to go with here? Because I think that's crowbarring, personally. I think that's up there with me with Reese's Pieces James. Martin Pringle. Yeah, that works. Danny Gherkin. Yeah. Stephen Kuntz. I mean, it's not really a food stuff, is it? To be honest, it's more of a local delicacy. Declan Rice. See, that's the easy one, isn't it? That's the one to go for. Right, let's change things up a smidge, shall we? Patrick Berger. See, now we're talking. Tony Curry. Stephen Curry is a basketball player. That's going to be a slightly difficult one, that one. Rude Brood is a goalkeeper. Memphis ate the pie. Sergio Busquets biscuits. Goalkeeper could be Mark Bunn. That would, yeah, that's fine. Trevor Cherry. Barry Venison. See, now we're talking. Right, we're not playing well. This is our player, isn't it? No, he's not. It's another Canile. It was the young Italian forward that Middlesbrough signed a while ago. Oh, Fabrizio Ravioli. Oh, Massimo Macaroni, yeah. Steve Red Bull, yeah. Oh, Jesus. We're being hammered here. Paolo One Chop. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yaya Banana. Is Yaya Banana a player? Is there such a thing as Yaya Banana? Baba Ramen. Oh. Smart. Smart. Hadji's rather than haggis. 5-3 defeat. That is shocking. Should have spotted that a narrow pitch, to be honest. But yeah, we've been done in there. That's not good. Mustafa Haggis, yeah. Right, we are going to keep checking the old jobs board because we need to try and make this a Pentagon, don't we? So Jameson's whiskey, I'll get my coat. Don't get your coat, LD. It's fine. Jameson's whiskey's a fine brand, so you can definitely keep that one. Nigel Rio Coca-Cola. See? This is the level we're talking about. Angus McDonald. A banana plays for the Cameroon. Oh, okay. Odin Bailey. Leon Bailey. Jameson whiskey plus a pint of Guinness. That'll work. That'll work. Speaking of quotes, anyone else got a patron of Dead Men Talking? Yes, I am. I haven't seen it this week though, so I don't know what I've missed. Chicken tikka mo sala. That works. That works, Holster. Well played. Chikorito? You might have to help me out with this one. Spanish for little P. Ah, right, okay. Fair, that does work then. Not just for the ladies, Hutch. Not just for the ladies. Semen can be enjoyed by men also. Yeah. Thomas Muller Rice. To be fair, this is easier than I thought. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought this would be like, oh yeah, we'd maybe struggle a little bit here, but turns out Food 11's very easy. This isn't a Food 11, this is an actual squad with the Youth Academy. 1-0. McQuinarzi gets himself a goal again. Leighton Beans. Yeah, apologies for any yawn, by the way. It's not intentional. I'm still trying to get over this this bit of illness at the minute, so it still wiped me out a bit. So we're sort of checking how long we can go for. So we recorded an episode of the FM show this week as well, by the way. So just to let you know, that's going to come out. If you're Patreon, that'll come out on Wednesday. So that's Christmas Day, Boxing Day for public consumption. I like when they did the Biscuit 11 on TalkSport, Hobnobby Solano. We could do Biscuit 11 as well. I mean, it's scraping the barrel, isn't it, if you're copying TalkSport's content. Scraping the barrel, by the way, intentional pun. Lewis Figrolo. There's Mike Salmon, or Connor Salmon, isn't it? Like what I did there. Thanks Hutch. Thanks. Seamless, wasn't it? Just like straight in. Yeah, so podcast will drop Wednesday for Patreon, so Merry Christmas to Patreons. Public consumption will be Boxing Day. And then Sai and I will record another episode to drop New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, essentially. Or New Year's Day and Boxing Day, and New Year's Day and the day after, whatever it works out at. So that'll be cool. So 2-0 up against Richards Bay, bottom of the league. That puts us 1 point behind Orlando Pirates. They've played a game more than we have. So a couple of questions that we need to ask, by the way, while this is all going on. First question is are we going to finish? Like, how close to finishing this are we going to get before FM25? Because I'm starting to not starting to be concerned. I am concerned that we're not going to get anywhere close to finishing, but we'll make as much of a dent in it as we can, which might only be like a tiny little scrape of the bumper at this rate. FM25 is due in March, apparently. Wussy Pants, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Because I did have a chat with Sai during the week. I was like, do we just change this into a journey person career? Or do we just double down and go, nope, it's definitely a Pentagon, and see where we go? Because the whole thing with challenges, you don't have to complete them, do you? You can try them. Don't mean you gotta complete them. How long did we do Larissa? We did 19 seasons. And we're on season 6 here now. 1 Champions League win in whatever the continents I call it a win at this stage. That's fair. I guess it was never going to be doable, was it? It was always going to be like this is a stupid idea, TJ, but yeah, fair enough. Let's watch you attempt it. We also need some plans for next year. So I need to have some good discussions with everyone as to what do we want to see. In fact, you know what? Let's put that as a pinned comment, shall we? Right. This is my question. Right, there you go. Okay, there's the question, right? And I'll pin it for YouTube as well. There's the questions then. What do we want to see content-wise? And what save do we want next year? Nation building an FM25, South America. Oh, I mean, that feels brutal. I don't know how Build a Nation is going to work next year. Like, obviously, you'll lose the international format. Don't know whether that'll be a blessing or a curse. I'm not sure. Was it a help or a hindrance for us in Greece? I don't know, but do you know what? I am going to write all these ideas down, because if I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't really know what I want to do next year. Where's a pen? Let me get a pen. Right. Okay. Build a Nation. Uruguay. Right. I think Uruguay is going to be out, by the way, because I don't like the idea of average results being relegations and promotions that way. There might be some nations in South America which might be just about doable, but I feel South America's a little bit tricky. And I'm not necessarily doing it for a sort of views point. I don't know. What I'm seeing at the minute, I'm seeing a lot of creators being quite sort of open with the idea of, like, what do they do, where they're going, and for me, this is not a full-time gig. So it just needs to be fun. Yeah. So I want to try and work out, what can I do that's fun? What's going to keep the entertainment going? Old Man Phil, try a Ferguson-style save. Move forward in time 10 years. Select the team in 19th. Win a domestic trophy in 4. Win the Europa League the following year. Win the league in 6. I'm writing it down. The bit I like about it is the fast forward 10 years bit. That's interesting. I like that interesting take on it. That is good. I'd like a follow-up to a stand-up show called I'm Not Sure What FM Ruined My Life, but sometimes streaming does. Yes, Kev, how are you, my friend? How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Being Wolf, after all those FM streams where the nation's built or something else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is that. Dan says WSL. See, WSL, right, is an interesting one, because where my head currently is was I was thinking about trying to go back to British Steel and doing it with the women's leagues as well. Obviously, it depends upon what women's leagues are in. WSL, we presume, is going to be in. So that's not necessarily off the table either. It's all about having fun in it. Build a Nation Japan. How are you, Kev? Anyway, buddy, I hope you're good. How's life treating you? How's Mrs. Kev? How's your Christmas plans coming along? Is everyone well? Did I spot that you were ill again this week? If you are, that's not good. Rather than British Steel, just aim for British tin foil when you try and win things. And if you don't, no worries. That's pretty much it, innit? Like a zero expectations save. It's interesting because like there's just nothing at the minute that's like jumping out at me. I was like, oh, oh, come on. What's just happened there? What's he done? Unbelievably bad. Oh, to be honest, Dubs, everything's hard if you're not the top 3 teams. Health is complicated, but I'm still standing. Mate, the fact you're still standing, that's the main thing, yeah? You'll win in the end. You know you will. McQueen goes down. Oh, Kev's home bound thing was good, yeah. Budget you're talking day and day. True. But again, I don't spend a lot of money anyway. Really, I try and do things on the cheap regardless, so that's definitely a thing though, isn't it? I don't know. There's just nothing that's really jumping out at me at the minute, and it's like I'm sort of looking and going, yeah, all right, fine. There's another new game coming out. What are we gonna do? What's the angle? I don't know at the minute. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of falling out of love of football, so it's like there's not seems like I'm looking at real life and going, oh, you know what, that'd be really cool, because I don't really know what's going on in real life football. Yeah. Oh, nice intercepted. Go on, McQueen. Away you go. Get those legs opened up, buddy. Great goal. That'll do. Cracking team effort. Phil starts with 2 saves. Already know what they're going to be. They've already been requested. Oh, fair enough. There you go. Phil's already got his locked in. Kev, what's your plan for next year? Have you got anything lined up? Or has anyone else in the chat got their save sorted? Because everyone gets so excited, don't they? Let's face it, we'll be Sunderland. If there's an early access, we'll be Sunderland. Start in Australia, Indonesia, and then get some final destination. That's literally like the other end of the world, isn't it, console? So quite like that. You're getting some proper nectar points when you're flying home as well. My Emma, not quite glory hunter, not quite journey person, not quite homeward bound, bit of a mongrel. You can call it an all-at-sea save, so you only manage teams near a port. That's 4. To be fair, we could continue the Pentagon into FM25, given how little of it we're going to do here. FM25 is called the Boomerang. Start in the WSL in England, finish in the Premier League in England, go around the world, visiting a country in each continent that I've never been before. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. Thoughts there's definitely going to be early access. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Although nothing's been said about it, but I'd imagine that there will be. But again, how much, how long, who knows? All we can do is presume, right? They have sort of said, yeah, but again, you know, what does early access mean? Does it mean 1 month? Does it mean 1 week? Does it mean 48 hours? Yeah, who knows? In other news, is everyone set for Christmas? Is everyone sorted? Are you ready? You've got your final things done. There's not much time left to do anything, is there? So is it Christmas? Only in the northeast, Kev. Like everywhere else, no, not yet. We've got it first, and then we pass it around, I think. Wife's got back from Lidl finally. She couldn't find Bailey's. Oh, mate. Aldi, £4.49 for Ballycastle Bailey's. And it's absolutely fine. Grab yourself one of them. I wasn't until Tesco delivered half my order, heading out 4 a.m. before work. This is a problem, innit? This is a problem. Stuff's not on the shelf when the pickers go around. They go, it's not there. $4.49, buy one broccoli free. Yeah. That's why the broccoli's down to 18 pence, because it's like, oh, do I have 18 pence broccoli or $4.49 Baileys? Did the final stuff over the weekend, says Kev, aren't hosting anything this year, so smooth sailing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Need 2 weeks to find all the bugs. They're not going to find all the bugs in 2 weeks, Phil. Come on. We're what, 14, 16 months into FM24? Not all bugs have been found yet. Or if they have, they've not been dealt with. Yeah. No, broccoli can save some green crayons instead. It's the same. Yeah, for some people it's the same thing. Yeah, children don't normally know the difference. But yeah, I think we're done. I'm not going back out. We owe Stellenbosch after the cup final debacle. Remember, we only lost two matches last season in the league. Then we're pipped on goal difference to Stellenbosch of the title. Relying on every delivering one more present tomorrow. Nothing that terrifies me more. The only thing that would terrify me more than every delivering a present tomorrow would be Yodel. Because there's a high chance that Yodel will just chuck it over a fence. At least every I would expect them to potentially knock the door. McQuain at offside. Do we go wide? Or do we wait for them to score here? That's fine, just slow build up play. This is nice. Oh, look at that. Oh! Oh, that was beautiful play from the boys from the Chieftains. Even 33, hope you're well, buddy. Nice to see you. Interesting to see the president of Sega saying they could have released FM as a financial decision, but decided the quality is more important. Fair. Fair. I mean, ultimately, does it really matter? Like at this moment in time now, does it matter what's been said and what's not been said? Like, you know, the decision was made. It's not coming out until next year. All we've got to do now is just deal with it. We go, right, fine, whatever. Like, you know, no one's died, so it's not really the end of the world, is it? But I do like the witch hunt's probably the wrong word, but still people looking for meaning in things that are being said. Like, does it matter? Do you know what I mean? How many years has Grand Theft Auto 6 been delayed? You were with me from the start. Team Dubs is Team TJ. Yeah, I think some people were just being fannies, if I'm being honest. Getting your money's worth out of 24, says Hutch. Yeah. Exactly. GTA 6 is delayed until GTA 5 starts making billions. Yeah, but there's graphical bugs in that as well, isn't there? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe FM need to start making billions. They're making more money now. They've got more players, surely. You got 12 million players now. You don't need to bring a game out every 12 months now, do you? 100% agree. There's bugs all over the shop in every game and every piece of software because it's computer software, Like I always said, everyone goes about like wanting to improve graphics and stuff. And I sort of say, well, look at all the other games that have got better graphics. Look at all the collision detection issues you've got. Like, do you want that in FM? People are complaining already about like how it doesn't. They don't think it works, and how they think that the visual representation of the match engine is incorrect. All right, add some extra graphics on top of it. All right, and then if it doesn't work, then what? Like, because all I'm going to see is different issues. So sometimes be careful what you wish for, innit? Jake Dummer, I'm looking for a save recommendation. Do you have any ideas? In what sense, Jake? Like, what sort of save do you want? Do you want a long-term save, a short-term save? Do you want a save in England, in Europe, in South America, rest of the world? Like, do you want something that's easy? Do you want something that's difficult? I mean, you got to give me something to work with here. Yeah? Even Rade, welcome in, pal. People complain about the game being unrealistic. Yeah, I mean, like, well, I don't think the Spurs-Liverpool result is being unrealistic. I think people complain about the game being unrealistic, but then forget that their biggest achievement is taking some non-league team to Champions League victory, and then they don't. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, it's too easy." Like, yeah, it is, because if it was realistic, you wouldn't be able to do that. So, what do you want? Do you want it to be realistic, so that you can't do that? Or do you want the opportunity to win at a video game and class it as a video game? $33, look at Call of Duty Warzone. So desperate to get a new release out every year. The quality is absolutely horrific. Rather, it was like the old days where the game was released and worked. Yeah. I think the decision to delay should have been praised. Oh, but see, the thing is, though, 33, you're coming at that with an opinion called common sense. And we know that's not something that's particularly prevalent in the online community, especially not on the internet. Some say this want that. I'd love that. I'd love the game to be actually realistic. I don't want to be able to win the Champions League with Hereford. I want it to be harder. I want it to be more difficult. I want attributes taken off going forward, but I know that I'm in the absolute minority. Recent FM story: someone won a World Cup with San Marino after 15 seasons. They didn't win it. There's no way they've done that legitimately after 15 seasons. 11 out of 15 Serie A titles with the San Marino club. Oh, fuck, they've been cheating. No chance. Like, I'm not having that. I know you're just reporting the reports being a child, but I'm calling bullshit on that. Yeah. So what are you thinking then, Jake? Or on YouTube, what sort of same idea are you hoping for? Oh God. Ball's hitting our own players. We're going to concede. Oh. Nope, it's offside. It's in the cup anyway. If it was realistic, says United City, success could still be had, but it would be the manager rising to the top rather than taking the club to the top. That's it. That's it. Win promotion in the National League sees you get a League One club and onwards. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what it should be. It should be football manager, not football club. Yeah? So yes, I'm with you on that one, Kev. That would work. Oh, McQueen is injured now. Hopefully not a big injury. San Marino club with a player called Larry Messi. Is that a genuine thing? Is it? Well, of course it's not a genuine thing because if it's the CA and that, yeah. If you've got an editor involved, then nah. I don't understand why people get the editor. But this is the thing, isn't it? Everyone plays the way they want to play. That's cool. It's not for me to understand, is it? We all have to find our own enjoyment, don't we? Do you have a personal save on the go at the minute? No, I don't, Kev. No, I'll be honest. I don't play FM for me anymore now. I just play FM for content. And I think I said, did I say a couple of weeks ago, if it wasn't for the podcast, I probably wouldn't play it at the minute. Like, I'd probably be streaming someone else. Yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, there's nothing that's jumping out at me. Like, I just don't. I think that yeah, there's just no save that's gripping me at the minute. I think after the whole Larissa thing, I felt pretty pissed off. And I'm not. I know there's some creators are saying that they're burnt out with the game and stuff, and the game's not changed. And well, look, that's one of those things. That's just what it is, right? I'm not going out from that point of view. I'm going out from the case of I had a really big save planned, and it didn't work out, and I was like, well, what do I do at that point? Because I'd committed too much time to it, and I didn't have another plan. So that's why I was a bit frustrated. And at the minute, then obviously, with the podcast, trying to think of new topics to talk about every single week, going, what do we talk about? Like, at the minute, what do we chat about? Like, there's nothing to talk about with regards to FM25. There's nothing to talk about with regards to FM24. So yeah, just trying to sort of find an angle at the minute, and it's quite tricky. There you go. Well, we're out of this cup. That's fine. I do wonder what I will feel about FM if I ever stop streaming it. I'll probably go back to really enjoying it if I just play it on my own. But the problem is, I think my experience of gaming has changed now. So because everything's done in the office, so with the desktop PC, I don't play on a laptop anymore now. Like, and that's when I used to play FM, was I'd sit on a laptop and just play. I don't do that anymore now. So I wonder, would I continue to just come in to the office and just sit and play FM for a bit? Don't think so. You know, would I sit here and just play another game if Mrs. J's watching the telly? Don't know. Not considered it. Not considered it. You know, so it's interesting. Like, you know, could I sit here and play City Skyline or Civilization or Command and Conquer or anything? Yeah. Don't really know. Don't really know. Football clubs should be a lot more aggressive trying to headhunt you from lower leagues. They also need to add a bit more role play element in there. Difficult decisions around personal contracts and the agent, stuff like that. Also, the coaching badges should be some sort of actual license system. I've said this before, but then I also think that would be really boring. Because the driving license bit in Gran Turismo got really boring really quickly. I think contracts should be more difficult. I genuinely think contracts should be harder. Because it just seems a case of like, all right, a couple of clicks and the deal's done. I think they should be much more complicated. I don't know how, but I think they should be. I just think everything's a little bit too... It's going to sound really, really silly, but I think everything's too simplified at the minute. You know, you turn up, you can just, you know, you take over a club, you put your tactics in, you put your, you know, who you want to go and, oh, I want an affiliate club, oh, I want to improve the youth facilities, oh, I want to do this, I want that, here's my scouting, here's all this. Like, I just feel as though there should be, it shouldn't be as simple to do stuff as it is. It should be, there should be more things blocking your way. And I know for me, that's like, I'm my own block. But yeah, it shouldn't be a case of like, you can just click, 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 and, you know, there's a route to success. You should have to earn it. And I think FM23 was that, and I think that's why people didn't like it. I think FM23 rewarded you for learning how the match engine played. And you had to think about it a little bit more and interact with it, because the match engine could be unpredictable. And I think that is what people didn't like, because I think people liked the idea of what I'm doing now, having the tactic and just clicking through it and just going, that's fine, just like not really interacting with it and engaging. People like the idea of just downloading a tactic and just, you know, that's fine. Spacebar simulator, I call it. Because, you know, people don't have as much time to sit and play these sorts of things. Whereas I think this one, yeah, this can be a bit spacebar-y. Not to say that it's not good, because it is, but yeah, sometimes you just want just a little bit more, something to think about. Weather means nothing. Yeah, no, yeah, means absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I couldn't tell you any time the weather's happened in this save. Does it matter? No. Playing in torrential rain, so. Playing in wind, so. Playing in altitude, does it matter? Don't think so. Your players get a bit more tired. That's it. You know, don't want to have a save where I can ask for having the pitch watered more. Don't know, maybe, not sure. I don't want to know the club finances. I'm not the accountant. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do the contract discussions, because that's not my job as a manager. Like, you know, my job as a manager is to identify targets. The scouts go out and find them, and then I give that to the director of football or the chairman and go, right, you sort the deal out. But that's how it would work in real life. In fact, in real life, you wouldn't even get a say on who the targets are. The head of recruitment or the director of football or the sporting director would bring a list of players to you and say, these are the list of players that we're going for. here's what's happening. But yeah, you can't take all that out, can you? Because then you'd lose a lot of people very quickly from going, oh, but that's the bit that we like about the game. Sandemo, how's the save been going? Not been around for a while. Not much time with extra baby at home. Well, congratulations with the baby. The save is going. The save is going. We are 6 seasons in at the Pentagon. We still haven't won a Champions League. We haven't won a league yet. But we're having a nice time. We're having a nice time, I think. Jake done it. I've enjoyed a Swedish save or a save of the Nordic regions. I want to build a team up and sign players only from those regions to take over that country, aiming towards the Champions League. Norway. If you're going to be in the Scandinavian region and you've done Sweden, do Norway. FM24 is exactly the same. The puzzle has already been solved. Yeah, exactly. And like, there's so many ways you could just win. You know, FM25 is going to be interesting because it's not going to be obvious. Hopefully it's not going to be obvious how you win. That's the bit that's interesting. I hope it's not anyway. I hope you've got to physically do something with it. But we'll see. Don't you worry, Kev. You go and do the dog. Do what you need to do. You want those things simulated if you're away to a random league in Bulgaria or borders doing the shit on the cheap. Put you in a shoddy cargo plane in a hostel. Your place should be knackered. I spoke about this on the podcast and said, I wonder what impact long distance travel has on your players, and I don't think it does. But it needs to be considered, because if you're long haul flighting, your players should be knackered. I don't know whether you need to then look for issues with finances going forward, like clubs flying between games. I don't know. I know it's not the things the manager would decide, but it's all knock-on effect, isn't it? Do you feel like there's a one formula to win everything on this game? Yeah, Gegenpress 4-2-3-1. Big, tall players and pacey players. That is the guaranteed formula to win, because it just works. And I don't use that because we know it works. So I'm like, well, there must be other ways of winning, and there is. But that's the default easy way, and the game even tells you that. The game tells you it. Like, you look at how every other team's set up. I mean, look. All the other teams are set up in a specific way. And, like, there you go, 4-2-3-1, right? How many times have you seen real teams using Segundo Volante, an anchorman, an inverted wing back, an advanced playmaker? It's just not. There's just isn't, is it? Like, I think that's where I've got frustrated with it. Like, looking at the way that sometimes the game sets itself up by going, oh yeah, do this, this, and this, and you're like, yeah, but that's not real. There's no realism there, and sort of forgetting that it's a video game. You tried that and got fired to Triple P. Yeah. 99.9% of the time it works, though, so you find it hard to lose a game now, says Phil. Unfortunately, the match engine and FM25 work the same way. I mean, nobody knows that, though. No one knows at all. That's a wildly presumptive statement, because no one's seen anything. So I'm reserving any judgment on that until I see it. Well, in fact, I'm not reserving judgment when I see it. I'm reserving judgment when I play it, as to whether or not anything works the same way. because the game's being completely built from scratch, so it can't be the same. Do you know what I mean? It literally can't. I remember when the wide centre back was new, it worked amazing. Yeah, it worked amazing, but it didn't work. But it was different to how it would work in real football, because it wasn't doing the same thing. Like, you know, I've been fired from every save this year. It must be me. Good, Triple P. Good. You need to embrace it. I did that. I went through I'll put it this way. That was my thing. My thing was getting sacked. And then for a couple of years, I've not been sacked. Like a couple of game cycles, I should say. And that's when I was like, yeah, this is just becoming too predictable. Like, this is becoming too easy now, isn't it? Like, if I'm not getting sacked, something's wrong. Because I don't take the easy route. I'm not necessarily doing things that are difficult or ideas that are out there, but I'm certainly not taking the path of least resistance. And it was only by ridiculous outcomes that Larissa sacked us. Otherwise, we'd have been, what, two full game cycles, maybe almost 3 full game cycles that we'd have been not sacked. Definitely 2. And that's a big achievement for me. Yeah. Need a blank role for each position so we can create roles. Someone will break the game within a week. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that's the thing, really. So what needs to be considered? And I think this is interesting from a content perspective. So I'm trying to come at this from a content perspective and then from a personal perspective. So there's 2 different ways of looking at this, right? Obviously, if I'm playing the game myself, I play the game on stream the way I play it at home. Like, I'm not looking for shortcuts. I'm not looking for things that break the match engine. I'm not looking to gamify the game. Okay? So, and most of you know that, which is good, because you've been around for a long time. So most of you are familiar with that and go, right, fine, he's not going to look for shortcuts. Like, he's going to try and tough it out. Doesn't always work, but that's how I like to do it. Okay? Obviously, however, when I'm streaming, there are people that will come into the chat who will be very keen to discuss those exploits, to discuss those situations that arise because it is a game at the end of the day, and people have gamified the experience. So people, of course, are desperate to give their advice. Whether that happens in other games or not, I don't know, but we'll presume it does. And again, yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? You sort of you log on and you know, people's first interactions with you are going to be, do this to get a better result. No context. You don't know how long they've been watching the stream. You don't know how clued up they are. They don't know how clued up you are. But they've read something on the internet, or they've downloaded a tactic, or read an exploit, and they say, this is what we do. This is how you win. This is how you win. Rather than, are you having fun? Do you know what I mean? And that should be the first question. Are you having fun with your game? Rather than, here's how you win it. Because some people don't really care about winning it. It happens in every game with every streamer ever. Yeah, I'd imagine that. Oh, sorry, Tony, I'm actually having fun. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. Most of the time I am. I'm having my own fun. If all your players using Adidas shoes, you'll win 80% of the games. You know what? Like, I'm waiting for someone to download a fucking boot modifier. Like, oh, have you not downloaded the latest boots? Like, oh god, you haven't. Oh, you've got original corner flags. Like, do you know what I mean? It's all that sort of stuff, isn't it? Oh, there's a penalty. 2 substitutions for half time, giving away a penalty. Oh, he's at the post. Devil's advocate will say the game is called Football Manager, not Football Spectator. People don't often fulfill the main managerial duty. That is analysing the game and making decisions. In terms of... Do you mean, Phil, in terms of like us as streamers and creators, that we're not undertaking that role as manager, or do you mean the audience? Just what? Which bit do you mean there? Because I think it's an interesting point. I just want to make sure I get the intonation right, or the intent right. Sorry. There's not a small number of streamers who positively encourage backseat gaming. People tend to expect it sometimes. No streamer should be encouraging backseating. Like, no one should be encouraging backseating at all. It's very weird. I would never imagine jumping into someone's stream and telling them what to do. Maybe I'm too polite. It's far be it from me to think that I know better than the person who's doing the stream. Because all it is, maybe again, it's because I come from a comedy background. That's like essentially heckling. Going, I tell you what, I think I know more than this comedian. I bet you don't. I bet you don't. And also, even if you do, it's not your place to say. Yeah. Devil's advocate always said the game is called Football Manager, not Football Spectator. People don't often fulfill the main managerial duty, analysing the game, making decisions. Most streamers, you see, don't see other players. It's impossible to analyse a game if it's in key highlights. Yes, I get that. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, the interesting bit with that, Phil, I think, and this is just my view, I think in order to do that, you've got to be really, really good at the analytical side of stuff. So someone like Musterman, for example, I've seen him do it recently. He's great at it. He breaks down what he's trying to achieve, where things have gone right, where things have gone wrong, like, because obviously he's got no attributes to play with. Plus, of course, he loves stats and data. That's really interesting. You've then got to be able to articulate that back to an audience who, for the vast majority is probably wrong. The majority of audiences are looking for something a bit easier on the eye and ears. Potentially, I could be right, I could be wrong, I don't know. I think that there's a smaller audience for incredibly in-depth discussion, because at the end of the day, it's still just a video game and it's not real life, and not a lot of what you do makes much of a difference. So, I mean, you look at Bust the Net, he does it brilliantly. He breaks everything down, he talks through exactly what's going on. He's got a very devout following, but he then doesn't have a narrative structure or a narrative arc to follow with a story to save, because it's just a case of he's building teams based around what he sees, and he's treating it like a manager, whereas I'm treating it like football presenter, possibly football broadcaster. Maybe that's what I'm doing, football broadcaster. Maybe. Does that make sense? Imagine a lot of our interest is how well you've done at the end of the season. Yeah. I play on my streams, extended or comprehensive big games. Yeah, I mean, look, like, Kev, Phil, if you've got that as your audience, then you lock it down. You go with it. Like, you know what I mean? You go with it. You have that as your niche. If you've got that many people watching it, don't be worrying that no one else is doing it. You just keep that to yourself. Yeah? Keep that to yourself. If no one else is watching, you keep that to you. Like, you know, I know that no one else is doing what I'm doing at all. I can guarantee you no one else is doing what I'm doing. They're streaming Football Manager, but they're not having the same conversation or the same sort of like story element or sort of choose your own adventure style. You just gotta find your own lane at the end of the day, and that's where you remember you take out Football Manager. Remember that this is streaming and content creation. Football Manager is the vehicle with which that entertainment happens. Because I know that my stream would be no different if we were playing Call of Duty, or if we were playing Grand Theft Auto, or if we were playing WWE. Do you know what I mean? It would be exactly the same. For me, my stream wouldn't change. I wouldn't have to change. If Football Manager didn't run anymore, and I chose a different game tomorrow, I would still stream exactly the same way. But if your audience are into analytical football discussion, you might struggle a little bit more. That's what I think. And also, as well, there's loads of different styles of Football Managers. So, again, it also works. Yeah. Kev says, I'd personally suggest that quite a high percentage of viewers on stream are not necessarily for FM content, but more for being belonging to a community of like-minded people and therefore be part of something. Exactly what I've just said. You'll get the people that fit your style of play with FM eventually, and I think it's almost incidental at times. My point proven. Probably a bit more sweary and COD WWE than when reversals keep happening. I mean, look, I can't necessarily say that I'd be doing any different. I think I'd still swear a lot in those games as well. So, yeah. Everyone plays the game their own way. Exactly. I think as well, it also depends upon what you want to do in terms of your own presentation, isn't it? You know, some people want to show off their knowledge and their awareness of how to play a video game. Some people just want to hang out, you know, and I'm very much that. I'm very much the build a community kind of creator. You know, I'm not here to tell you how to play a game. I'm not here to educate you on how to be better. I'm here for, like, let's all hang out, have a bit of a laugh. We're all kind of like FM, right? We're all kind of like that. Let's have that on the background and we'll talk at the same time. No one's learning anything from here, and I've never said you will. If you learn in this stream, you've learned by accident. Oh, that would have been brilliant. Great thing about the FM community, every streamer's kind of got a different way of doing it. Yeah, you don't see they see that in every game. Some of the games I'm part of, every streamer's kind of identical to the other. I guess that's the thing. Yeah, that's there's a little bit of individuality, which is good. I came to FM, taught a bit of madness, eat a trifle, I'm all out of trifle. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I could play Call of Duty while eating a trifle, and I don't think that the Call of Duty community would like me very much. But you know what? That's how I'd do it. I'd be like, we don't change for nobody. I'm not here to educate you about war. I'm here to entertain you about war. The FM show for learning, TJFM for motorways, Barrymore and dead cats. Yeah, this is why Aaron's in the FM show. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it would just be a comedy podcast. I'd get comedians on it. We might learn something from the chat by accident, Jason. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Unintentionally, of course. Corralza puts it over the top. Got to do better there, hasn't he? Talk of sniping. Yeah, we should have sniped him there, shouldn't we? That's taking pot shots right there. How's he missed that? I like the fact there's a place called Long Clume, which isn't that Simon Ware's restaurant in the Lake District. Sorry, that's my stream right there, innit? Kev, what's been your best and worst Christmas present ever received? Oh, I think that's a tricky one, isn't it? To try and think of. I don't really know, Kev, because I mean, I'm very much I think you might know this about me, but I don't know who else knows this about me. But are we just not going to score? Yeah, I've got a very much a Control Alt Delete on memories, so I think it's a part of. I think it's a neurodiverse thing. I think so. I don't hold many memories from childhood for many reasons. So I couldn't tell you best presents or worst presents. And even then I couldn't tell you from adulthood either as to what's been good and what's been bad. I feel that's a bit of a cop-out answer. I feel like there's been... I'm also quite bad at do I smell ADHD brain? Yeah, 100%, Chris. Like I feel bad because there's like I'm one of those ones who just buys stuff. Like I'll sort myself out, like, you know, and I'm like, I don't need to give you any ideas because you should know. I tell you enough stuff that I like. I remember a few years back, Mrs. J's parents bought me a load of stuff to do with American football because I was into American football. They had no idea what American football was or who I supported or what was going on. So they just found anything that had American football and went, that'll do. And I was like, that's quite sweet. But it's also, but of course, the ADHD part of my brain just went, what a waste of money. Why have you bought me that? like, it's nice of you to try and do it, and you're trying to clearly show an interest in what I'm doing, but at least ask me. What I don't like, here's what I don't like. This is definitely an ADHD thing. I don't like surprises. I don't like surprises at all. Like, I would rather know what it is, because, and it's not ungrateful, it's not for being ungrateful, it's just, I've got no poker face, right? So, if you show me something and I think it's shit, it takes a lot for my brain to go, we need to lie to this person, right? And say this is great. Because my face has already went, that. And we haven't been able to pass a message down quick enough to tell our face not to do that. So that's always really tricky. And again, if someone's bought you a surprise, I like to be honest with people, but people don't like honesty sometimes. So then if they go, oh, do you like it? And you go, yeah, it's great, that. Like, because it's just not, is it? And I feel bad having to tell them that it is good, because it's like, what I want to say is, honestly, you have wasted your money. Like, if you'd have just asked, would I have wanted that? Then I would have told you no. Or I would have given you the right one to go and buy. If you're going to buy me something, I'd say get that version of it. That's the right one. Rather than you guessing and getting the wrong thing. But then everyone thinks that I'm the bad person at that point. No. 100% same. If it's not written down, it's gone. No point even asking me. Yeah, got that, Chris. Got that. I do not hold memories or anything. But that's more of a, like, even from like an emotional attachment thing. I don't really do that. Very much like, yeah, been and gone. Bye now. Have you got in a situation where you pretended to like something and then you repeatedly get the same thing bought every year? My sister-in-law does it with Reese's Pieces. Oh, yeah. Yes. Like, I used to hate it. Oh, God, here we do. Oh, we are unlocking memories here. I used to hate any... I don't know why, but I don't know if this is like a... I think this is just parents and shit presents, isn't it? Like, oh, you know what? Oh, I bet he loves drinking, that one. So let's get him some stuff to do with alcohol. Like, you know, back in the day when you used to like get like a Jack Daniels coaster or something, and it's like, fuck, do I want with that? Like, do you know what I mean? That's sort of. I'm trying to think of the exact example, but something shit like that. Reese's Pieces. I don't mind that because I'll eat Reese's Pieces all the time, but yeah, that thing of, oh, he said he liked it once, so therefore it's his favourite thing ever, and he has to have it all the time. I had a similar thing with the in-laws. They realised I had like Marvel. Got one of those Marvel kids books. They're aimed at 5-year-olds for Christmas. A month later, got us tickets to one of the UK wrestling promotions aimed at kids that travel around Butlins because wrestling is wrestling. Fair. No one show photos of your kids to Tony. Yeah, don't show me photos of your kids. I'll just tell them. I'll tell you exactly what I think of it. Because I won't show you photos of my kids. Because I would expect the same response. Socks is the worst present. Surely, no. Socks are brilliant. Give me socks. In fact, I got angry with Mrs. J a couple of weeks ago. We were going through one of the sales because she always has sale emails on the go. And she kept telling me that it was like, oh, you can get so many boxer shorts for whatever quid or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, just order them up and I'll sort it out. Then she's like, oh no, but it's better value if you do this and better value if you do that. I was like, right, well, just whatever. Like, tell me how many pairs I'm ordering. And then she didn't order any because she went, oh, I thought it was too expensive. I was like, well, why did you give me all that possibility? All those different permutations of how many pairs of boxer shorts you were going to order for so much money, and then go, you know what? No, it's too expensive. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Kev says, tip for husbands out there: for family asking you what you want for birthday or Christmas and you don't want or need anything, ask them all to buy your missus something instead. They'll think it's weird, but she'll think it's awesome. Did a little while ago and got many points in the missus. Oh, that's a good one, Kev. I like that. That is good. Holster, just because I like the original Star Wars films doesn't mean that by default I want a franchise-related mug, t-shirt, keyring, novelty item. This is where we're at, innit? This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Also, as well, just because I've got a beard, don't buy me beard oil and a beard comb and beard wax and a mug that says, got a beard, or a book about beards. You know, like, no. Once told someone at work that I love the end of the world type movies, and then got How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse book. Like, just people, man. They're crap, aren't they? Like, people are crap. Warm, cosy socks for the house or crisp white cycling socks for the summer. Neil Fitzpatrick, it's black socks all year round. No novelty whatsoever. Socks of common sense items. They're not designed to being wacky. Anything wacky can fuck off, by the way. What about an autographed picture of Liverpool women manager Matt Beard? Oh, that's the point. Yeah, I don't want that either. Yeah. Another thing as well I find tricky, right? Now maybe this is just me. I don't think Mrs. J is listening actually, but I think I'm fairly easy to buy for. I mean, I'm not. I'm a nightmare because I'm incredibly specific with what I want, but I won't tell you that. And what I'll try and do is I'll think of something in my head that I want, and it probably doesn't exist. And even if you do find something, I'll find a minor fault with it because I'm a little bit too particular. Like stitching or something, or a logo will be the wrong size. There'll be a zip somewhere that I don't 100% like, but at least I know what I like. Like I've got things, I've got hobbies, right? You could buy stuff related to those hobbies. Mrs. J got no hobbies, right? Mrs. J has no hobbies. So what on earth do I buy Mrs. J? You know, here I am looking for things to buy her. Not a thing. No idea whatsoever. I'm a pain in the arse. Yeah, probably. But, excuse me. But I'm also 44, Chaser. So I've got my own money. So I just buy my own things. So I'm not one who needs stuff. But if you want to buy me something, take a wild stab in the dark. There's a lot of things that I like. Yeah, you probably can't go too far wrong. Buy her something you want so she can give it you when she's disappointed. Or buy her something that I want. No, I'm not doing that. She sees right through that. She would love an FM show hoodie. I bet she would as well. Speaking of which, let's do a little plug there, shall we? Thank you very much, 33. you too can sport some FM show merch by following the link that I have not buggered up, but clearly have. Get yourself some FM show merch. My daughter once got me a Phil Collins autobiography for Christmas. That's all right, actually, Neil. I'm not known for my reading, and I definitely don't listen to Phil Collins. The ultimate, I haven't got a clue what to buy. I quite like that, though. But Phil Collins' autobiography would be interesting, though. I'd be all right with that. Oh, this is... Look at this, man. I'm not even paying attention, and we're losing again. I maybe need to start paying attention to this game somewhat. Yeah. There's that whole, like, you could do, or you could just accept, TJ, that it's just one of those things. You're not that bothered, really. Could do that. Probably didn't realise they're playing 5 at the back and I've got 1 striker. My missus took my bank card to get our own presents this year. Every bank notification gave me another heart attack. See, I don't like doing that. I don't like Mrs. J like having to order her own presents, but it is just easier. Like, cause I'm like, what is it you want? Like, at least tell me, oh, I found this. Right, fine, order it then. Like, you know. I know some people would say, well, where's the thought? Where's the romance? I sort of say, look, we've been married 12 years now. There is no thought or romance. Worst present was from an auntie who had a relationship with for 10 years. She bought me a Sunderland pencil case. I was 21. Sunderland pencil case. Doesn't take money to be a bit special. It takes imagination. It does, Phil. You're right. Imagination is key. But sometimes I'm just too fucking tired. Just tell me what you want. Again, I'm not going to waste my money on rubbish. And I don't like to keep clutter. So don't buy me things that I'm not going to use. And I won't, and I'll do the same for you. I won't buy you nonsense as well. Sefumba rescues us a point, we think. Oh, how the hell? We've literally gone from me saying, right, I've rescued a point within seconds. We've conceded. All I did is I turned. What did I do? I didn't do anything. Oh, this game's so shit. Oh. Honestly, the connection with this save I have is just dwindling with every second. Oh my word. Press conference time. Does it even matter anymore? Nah. Unbelievable. So we've already lost the 2 games that we lost all last season. Mad. I mean, yeah, we've got to try and win. We've got to try the Champions League, but what on earth is going on here? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Look at all these other clubs. I don't even want to manage any of these teams. Right. Well, we'll see how we get on with the Champions League, but youngsters out injured, like. Phil says he's got 3 adopted Filipino daughters. Found an £8 bracelet that says, "I didn't give you the gift of life. Life gave me the gift of you." Cheap and job done. They'll love it. Bang on. Love that. Beautiful work. See, and in that sense, that does make sense. That is a proper gift, isn't it? You know, and too often, I think we're probably bogged down in the monetary value. So. Yeah, sentimental presents are obviously better if you can find something that's sentimental, obviously. I feel as we're just constantly rotating players left, right, and centre at this moment in time. One 0. Another injury. Another injury. I don't know. There probably won't be a stream tomorrow night. I'm going to call this right now, by the way. There won't be a stream tomorrow night, because tomorrow night is Christmas Eve, right? Yes, tomorrow night's Christmas Eve, so there's no stream tomorrow night. And there's definitely no stream on Wednesday. There might be one on Boxing Day, we'll see. Although technically I should do a podcast, we'll have to see. Oh, penalty. Oh, interesting. Okay. Must have been on stream if you do want FM content. Yes, that's a good shout, actually, Dan. That's right, yeah. He is. We missed a penalty. Yes, good shout. Must have been FM. Make sure you go and drop him a follow. He's doing the Lord's work. Phil thinks it's the looking that people don't like. Yeah, potentially. I think I can get that, Phil. I think we're all artificially busy, aren't we? Should be back from Blackburn time to hang out on Boxing Day if you do. Oh, you're off to the match, eh? Nice. I'll hold on. I'll hold on if I can. I'll have to try and work out what happens going forward as well, because obviously with new job, there's going to be a few days where I'm out and about and away. So the regularity of Monday, Wednesday, Friday might be a little bit all over the place going forward. So we'll have to see. We might have to, I don't know whether the schedule changes or whether we just sort of accept that it's going to be a bit more ad hoc. Because hopefully it shouldn't be too much of a distraction. But we'll see how we get on. Team Dubs, are you way off for the night? Have fun, chill Christmas, see you on the other side. Dubs, appreciate you, pal. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas as well. Pleasure to see you. Hope life is treating you good. Hope you have a cracking time. We'll see you back very shortly. Kaizer makes it 2. No, he doesn't. It's offside, apparently. We were top for a few minutes there, weren't we? Stellenbosch have managed to get a positive result, though, beating Richards Bay. Even Zeep, how are you, buddy? I'm about to sneeze. Stellenbosch still being bastards? Yes and no. We've just had an absolutely ridiculous match against Orlando Pirates where we thought we'd managed to nip a draw, and then within seconds we were 3-1 down. Stupid. Rescued it in the 90th minute, still lost 3-1. And we did nothing. We literally did nothing. So we've already lost our 2 games this season. We are level on points yet again with Stellenbosch. I don't know, 1 point behind. We're a goal better off though. 2 goals better off now, so at least if it comes to goal difference, we're fine. But yeah, it's going to be one of those, isn't it? Champions League's coming up soon. Everyone's just getting injured constantly. rotating the team like a bloody Ferris wheel at this point. Or a waltzer. Or a carousel. That's probably the word I was looking for. I've gone through all the possible. We're rotating like the Dodgems. Yeah, there's just nothing of interest. I'm in a mid-season slump. Zeep. Things aren't going badly, but I'm like very conscious of my own mortality in this game at this point. So 2 Champions League matches back to back, 3 in December. That should give us a bit of an idea as to where we fit in the Champions League. Do we look like we're going to be fine? Do we look like we're going to struggle? How's life, Zeep? Hope everything's good. Was a team in Thailand called Assumption United. I don't want to assume. Is Assumption. Yeah. Yeah, you were right to assume. Well, that right there is prime Bangkok. Yeah, still no decent Egyptian jobs coming up in a minute. Let's make some tea. Yeah, get some tea. What we having? What we having, Phil? Do you mean like tea as in like dinner, or do you mean tea as in like a cup of tea? Even Katie, how are you? Welcome. Massive festive blessings to everyone, and a festive blessing to you too, my friend. Are you good? Hope you're well. Are you all ready for the big day? Have you got your mince pies and carrots ready? Not a euphemism, by the way. Zeep, not bad. Mother-in-law was up for a few days painting a mural in the nursery. A mural in the nursery? All right. So I can get painting the rest of the room later. Yes. Loved it. Their own little Christmas dinner tonight. Absolutely smashed it. Yes. Are you having Christmas together, or are you in separate this year? Actually need to put the turkey in the fridge. Yeah, get that turkey in the fridge. Those butties don't make themselves, do they? Oh, I do love a turkey butty. After Christmas, just like whack a load of shit in it. You know what I mean? Together at your families for Christmas, then up north for New Year. Oh, class. Good. That sounds lovely. That sounds really, really good. Yeah, often it's tricky to sort of work out what the best way to do it is, isn't it? But I guess if you can balance, if you can split them between the two, and have Christmas and New Year, then I think you've done a good job there, haven't you? It's just a cup of tea. No, that's fine. Cup of tea's all right, Phil. We can go with cups of tea. Jason's on cups of tea as well. That's okay. I'm still on the tail end of illness. I can feel myself like sort of going like, all right, just keep digging, TJ. We're getting there. Sam's foot, welcome in. Appreciate the follow, or Samps, yeah. Hope you're good, pal. Welcome. We've been talking good and bad Christmas presents tonight. We've been talking... what else have we been talking about? How much Baileys you need to drink during the course of the festivities. Christmas plans. Generic illnesses. Did I mention the fact that that youngest Jameson farted on my face last night? Did I mention that? I've been... Yeah, maybe I didn't mention it. Maybe that's just one of those things that you probably just presumed. New York North is second Christmas. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's cool, though. And second Christmas is like, that's when anything goes in it. You're in the bottle 6 since November. It's just too easy, isn't it? See, like, honestly, Bailey's is just like, you should be allowed to just have it whenever. Like, you should be at work. You should be like, are you having Bailey's? Like, yeah, you know what? I'll have a Bailey's. It's 11 o'clock. Why not? Let's do it. I don't think anyone should question you. I think you should just like, yeah, away you go. You know, if you're driving and the police pull you over, they should be like, have you had anything to drink? And just have a couple of Baileys, and they just go, well, like half a bottle? Yeah, half a bottle. Ah, fine, on you go. On you go. It's fine, it's just Baileys. Like, you know, nothing's going to happen. It's Christmas, isn't it? Obviously, I am just trivialising this, by the way. Please don't take anything I say as actual viewpoints on what should or should not be done. Please do not drive under the influence of alcohol. Just need to make sure all that's out there. What I'm saying is for comedic effect, clearly. Yeah. But also remember that Bailey's is just a milkshake. I had half a bottle in the mate's house. It's delicious. Oh, honestly, mate, stick it in a bowl of Weetabix. Do you know what I mean? I think that's alcoholism, Tony, is what that is. Yeah. Try the white chocolate one from Aldi. Mrs. J tried that last year. She said it was lush. She said she was a big fan of it. We're going back to the 80s. Damn right we are, Rada. We've never left. Well, 80s and 90s, I think. The 2000s I'm not really keen on. What's my thoughts on the flavoured Baileys? I'm more traditional. I mean, I do like a traditional as well. I'm not one for mixing stuff up. A mint Baileys, I don't mind. I don't mind the mint Baileys. There's a sort of Reese's Pieces peanut butter style one in Aldi. Fine, but for me, no. They just get a bit too sweet when they start adding extra flavours into it. So give me the original, and I'll be happy enough with that. Slippery nipple. What is a slippery nipple? I have heard it. It's like a shot, isn't it? Is that with Dooley's or something? Fake Baileys is 4.5%. There you go. See? Driving Baileys. Oh, so you can technically have a couple of pints of that then, because you can have a couple of pints of beer at 4.5%. So have a couple of pints of Baileys and then be like, right, I'm off to work. See ya. It's basically water. Exactly. Kids can have that. Baileys on top of Zambuca. Oof. Now we're talking. Is that like what's a baby Guinness? Is that the same? Is that... Baby Guinness is similar. I thought so. Oh, Kaizer with a goal. Pounces on the mistake. Baby Guinness is Kahlua. That's the one. Oh, look at that. That's the sort of passing my defenders would be proud of. Baileys with Tia Maria or Baileys with Kahlua. Fuck war, drink Baileys. There's the new t-shirt for Christmas. I think we could make them as new merch. Fuck war, drink Baileys. Yeah. came here to kick ass and drink Baileys, and I'm all out of ass. Does that work? I don't know. Bailey's the next sponsor. Oh, has anyone seen on Instagram? Hooch did a video this week of blue hooch ham in the slow cooker, and it looks fucking revolting. It just looks the worst. And even they were like, this is horrible. Because obviously anyone who's watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia knows that a rum ham is definitely on the consideration at Christmas. But yeah, blue hooch ham, not a thing. Not a thing. We've been trifle this week. Oh, full bottle of rum in it. Oh, now we're talking. Happy Christmas, Katie. That's a right trifle, isn't it? That's a proper up north trifle. Make one tomorrow for Christmas Day. Do Prosecco and raspberry. I mean, Prosecco and raspberry trifle. Oh, there we go. It's a bit showy off, isn't it? Phil, have you come across the I can't do anything except upset the dressing room save this year? Losing the dressing room with every team you manage. No, I've not done that yet. He says, of course, until clearly I'll be able to find it soon. No, I've not been able to do that yet. It's £5 Prosecco from Aldi. Well, that's close enough. Aldi Prosecco's not bad, and I'm not a Prosecco drinker, of course. But absolute mad head hoots, get them on the pod. We'll try. We will try. If the dressing room gets upset, we just move continent. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, let's see how upset you are when I leave, shall we? Who's going to come in and do better? Who's got Joe Bellingham's phone number? Me, not you. Is he Greek? No, but, let's not worry about that. Oh, Joe Bellingham, man. What could have been? What could have been? What was? Still annoyed at how that save went. That save sort of died off. Oh, there we go. There's 3-0. Okay, I know it's incredibly unlikely, but a Champions League win would be nice, wouldn't it? Just to get us to move off out of Africa. Is there a way? Is there such a thing as fluking the Champions League? We've got the current holders in our group, so we'll find out how good we are when we play them next. I feel like if it happened anywhere, it'll happen here. That's the spirit, Katie. I feel like if we all drink a bottle of Baileys, we can make it happen. Yeah, we can make it happen. We can will it to happen. This Champions League's probably... I think you're right. This Champions League would be easier to fluke than Asia, because you've got to overcome Saudi teams in Asia. Now that I know that Saudi teams play in Asia and Africa, that surprised me. And then North America is just going to be guesswork in it. Trying to have had the best part of 5 bottles of wine tonight. Don't make me drink more. I mean, Katie, that is a right effort. Geography not important in the TJ household. No, that proves, Zeeb, that I treat everyone equally. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? Therefore, I am more tolerant. I don't know about more tolerant, because I've still said a lot about the Saudi government, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's fine, I'll say it, but I don't necessarily need to know what continent you're in. Yeah? Christmas dinner needs must. Fair. Yeah, those 5 bottles, probably the equivalent of like of a normal day. That would class as like 1 pint, 3 pints maybe. It's a proper old day. I think in Scotland, the problem is as well that Scotland is zero tolerance with driving, so that means Katie can't actually drive for another 4 months. So too much alcohol in her system. She'll be still be getting stopped on New Year. Just been like, did you drink over the Christmas? I did, yeah, soz. Whoops. You can't drive anyway. Oh, in that case, knock yourself out. Yeah. Unlike Vietnam, where it's better to be drunk when driving. Is that a situation? I've not done Asian traveling. I've not. You know, I should have said I've not done traveling. I've not done traveling. At least you're thinking like everyone else. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, it's bad enough seeing some people drive around here, to be honest. If you're going to Scotland, they'll criticise if they're not drinking enough. True. That is true, Zeke, yeah. You've only had five bottles of wine. What, are you pregnant or something? You better not be teaching right now. That's not enough. So 1 bottle during the 3-hour cooking process, shared a bottle or 2 at dinner, then batter in the red stores since. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, actually. Now that you do the maths, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because I do like the fact you start out with there's one bottle to cook with, and that is true. That is exactly true. That's how you know that food is being prepared. You can't do that with all food, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be like, right, it's, you know, I'm making cereal for breakfast. Guess best to open the bottles. Or, right, I'm doing toasties for lunch. So, how's about we all get a bottle of wine in? Actually, you know, a bottle of wine with a toast is probably fine. What I meant was, I'm making a kid's pack up for school. I'll have a bottle of wine. You've not been having Baileys in your cereal? Oh, I have, but that's because I'm a monster, right? Yeah, Baileys and shredded wheat. It's the way to do it, innit? I have a little one of me protein shake as well. Porridge isn't acceptable. What now, Katie? Surely not. Bottle of wine is basically a kitchen utensil. What it is it's very much like seasoning. You know, you need to have it there. You always have to taste the wine to see if the food's ready, I think. It helps you through Christmas. I'm all for it. Yeah. It cooks off while you're cooking. It's fine. Yeah. Some people put it in the food, which is weird. Absolute waste. Right, so this is us then against the current African Champions League champions. So we'll see. We'll see how good we are, shall we? Or bad. Okay, we're wearing blue. We're wearing blue, so I need to remember that because sometimes I do keep looking up and going, oh, nope, that's not us, is it? Phil's drinking days are over. Salute you, Phil. Red wine and bolognese is a must. Fair. Again, well, it depends on what you make as well, doesn't it? Because if you're making like a jus or a gravy, sometimes it needs to be in there. Use a bit of white wine to deglaze a pan. That's what I like about pans, that sometimes it needs wine to clear it up. That is definitely an alcoholic's way of doing it. And you're going, oh, what's the way of getting this pan clean? Just pour wine on it. Yeah, a bit of wine will get that flavour out. And then lick it out. Well, that's what she said. Cheap Chianti sling a glass in. Oh. Needs to have a bit of body, bit of depth. If you're doing a proper bolognese as well, do you do the base with like carrot and celery as well? Because if you don't, are you making a Milanese at that point? In fact, I'm sure that's what it is. I'm sure the bolognese is carrot and celery base. Weird how this stream changes, isn't it? Constantly going like. Right, so 1-0 down against the champions. All down their left hand side, all down our left hand side, I should say. Sorry. But then we're also going down their right hand side. So. Come on, boys, let's at least try and play a little bit better, shall we? Push him higher. Already got a centre back being fatigued, so let's change him already. Okay. What can we do? Let's focus down the opposite flank. Mastermind's in. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome. Or Mastermind, I should say, sorry. How are we? How's the stream? It was good. Welcome, Raiders. You join us as we are in a Pentagon challenge. I don't know if we're doing well or not, but well, we're not doing well. We're 6 seasons in. We're actually in the Champions League now. Currently playing the current reigning champions, and They've just made it 2-0. So, yeah. That's where we are. That was shocking. That was rubbish. Can we win the Champions League this year? Don't know. Is the is the answer there? With things like that, maybe not. Let's get him off. Let's put Kaizer on. Let's whip some crosses in as well, shall we? Yeah, now, here we go. This is 3-0, is it now? Nearly. Come on, boys. There we go. McQuain, is he going to call it offside? Probably. Yeah, disallowed. Obviously. How off is he? He's off enough, isn't he? He's off enough. Okay, in a sense, we've not been battered. Right? So it's not the worst result in the world. We're not a million miles away from the current winners, the current holders. Oof, in fact, nearly. How's the challenge going? The challenge is going. We're fulfilling our contractual obligations in the league to attending every single match. We haven't won a league yet. We haven't won a Champions League yet. Time's running out in FM24. This may well spill over in FM25 and FM26 at this rate. But apart from that, it's fine. It's good fun. We're having a great time. It has definitely started. At the minute, Build a Nation South Africa is going... It's going... Even that's not going well. At the minute, it's a South African journey person save. Oh, at the end of the day, all you got to do is have fun with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one for winning things, so I'm certainly not going to sit and cry if we don't get it. If we don't get a Pentagon done, it's quite difficult. I haven't won a Champions League for many, many years, so why would I try and win 5 in 3 months? I mean, it's just not going in, is it? It don't really matter how we try, it's not going in. That's what she said. Pentagon's hard at the start, for sure. Starts to progress easier after the first couple of Champions Leagues. Oh, yeah. After the first couple of Champions Leagues, it gets easier. Because you then get the better jobs. But the players are now pissed off, aren't they? Right. Is this the thing that Phil's on about where you just lose the dressing room for no reason? I mean, look at that. Like, what's happening? Who knows? It's all just gone a bit all over the place. I'm sure it'll be fine eventually. We'll work it all out. Yeah. Give the players some Baileys. I think we need to, don't we? Yes, the Arsenal. How are you, buddy? Feeling better? Well, no, not really. I mean, yes, in a sense, but I've probably been flagging for the last hour. I think some people will have realised. Some people will probably not be any the wiser. And I just thought, oh, Tony's going off on tangents again today. But yeah, I think it's one of those where I've given it a shot. I've given it a good shot. We've hung in for as long as we can, but I can feel the voice is starting to gravel up a bit now. My attention span is dwindled a little bit more than normal, which again is never what you really want to hear, is it? But I've got us into December. 15 games played in the league, so we're halfway through the league season, right? We are in the Champions League. Just lost to the actual Champions League champions. Only 2-0. So, not bad. Doesn't mean we're a million miles away. I think. I don't know. I think I'm clutching at straws, to be honest. I think what I have to do, though, is I'm going to probably do the same as what 33 is doing. Consider calling it a night. Let the voice rest up a little bit. Go and have some Christmas with the family. And I think everyone should do the same, to be honest. Go and have some Christmas with whoever you're going to spend it with. And if you're spending it alone, then remember, come and join the Discord. There'll be people about who will be more than happy to chat and pass messages. And obviously, we know it's tough, so there's a mental health area in there as well. No stream Wednesday, sadly. No, unfortunately not Arsenal. But maybe Thursday, potentially Thursday. We shall see. Or just put this on repeat. Do you know what I mean? And just do that. So go and watch the VOD on Wednesday. Jebaru's in. Hello, Jebaru. 46 months. Am I in HD? Visually, yes. Mentally, oh God, no. Oh God, no. I'm in VHS. But how are you, my friend? Hope you're good. Big shout there to Jebaru and the FMT boys. Listen to the podcast. You missed the stream. Exactly. So there'll be a podcast on Wednesday for Patreon. Public episode will come out on Thursday. Myself and Simon Joe have already recorded it, and then we'll do the Christmas episode over the Christmas week as well. And yeah, there'll be another one for the new year. So that's probably it, to be honest. Have yourselves a wonderful Christmas. Let me know if you get anything nice. Come and hang out and tell us all fun things. But I think what we'll do now is we'll go and we'll give some love to Mr. Callum and his Slough adventures. So take care of yourselves, everyone. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas. Love you all. Up the Baileys. See you all in a couple of days. Take it easy, everyone. Speak to you soon. Bye now.